Good morning. Today I wanted to share with you how I make some of my Bible journaling cards. These are some cards and I'll show the rest later, but the first thing I do is start with my jelly plate. So I'll just move these out of the way. And for those of you that aren't familiar, this is a jelly plate. They come in various sizes. They have small ones. They have a great 12 by 14, I believe. And this is a little 5 by 7. And we're just going to take it out of the package. And what it is a piece of jelly. So what it basically does is help you do all your layers for your cards, your journaling projects, your art journals. I've done books, I've done cards, and it's very simple to use, fun to use, and let's get started. So all you need is a few drips of paint. I always use more than I need. We'll do some purple, whoops, a little pink, and maybe some yellow. And these are just paints from the dollar store. They're nothing expensive or crazy. So we'll just get those out of the way. And then take a brayer and just move the paint around. You could do different patterns. You can use string and stencils, and I'll do some more videos like that in the future. So then basically you have your paint smushed all over. Put your jelly plate down. Press your card in. Paper, whatever you choose to use. Pull it up and you have your pattern. You can, if you still have some paint left, roll it a little more, grab another card. Easy as pie. Nice and messy and a fun craft. And then you say, oh my gosh, I forgot a little corner. Well, just press it down somewhere else and it's done. So what I do is dry the cards with my dryer and then flip them over and do another paint technique on the other side. So let me clean this up and I'll be right back. I'm back. Look what I did while I was gone. No, I'm just kidding. I had one day sat and did a whole bunch of different cards. I had paint everywhere all over my counter. And what I'm using these for is I'm doing, from the Woman's Devotional Bible, I'm doing a devotion a day. I have a hard time handwriting because I have essential tremor, which means my hands shake a lot. So what I do is I do all of my journaling on my computer. So I write out what I want to say on these sheets, and then I'll show you what I do with them a little bit later. So first, the cards. The first step I do is to decide for Deuteronomy, what I'm working on right now, I need 4 cards double-sided. So I go through my pack and I say, okay, this looks like a good one. And I try to pick random colors and random things, and we'll pick this card. And if you don't like a card, you can just redo them. You can jelly plate right over them again. So we'll put those to the side, and we have our 4 cards. So we'll pick one to work on for right now. So we'll pick the pink one. What I do is I use Stays On ink in black. And my first step for every card is I have these cling stamps from Prima, and they're really fun. I use them as a border on all my cards. I just want to show some continuity between all of my cards. So for each card, I use the big ones. My cards are 4 by 6, so I just like to do a little border on each one. So we'll get out our big stamp block. Maybe this one will fit, not really. Well, close enough. Actually, it's probably easier to do it this way. You'll have to forgive me. This is my very first video tutorial. So if I'm out of focus or out of line or upside down, it's going to be a work in progress. So just put that on there and we're done. Flip it over to the other side and do the same thing. I use this block on every one of my cards, like I said, just to give it some continuity that they all look together. Okay, so that one's done. So the next thing I want to do is do a stamp. I'm going to use just a foam stamp that I have, again, with the Stays On ink, and just stamp that up. And I have a little card so that I don't go crazy. So this one I'm just going to stamp off to the side. So I have lots of room for my journaling strips, and that did not work at all. Well, you know what? I think, I'm not sure what happened. My ink could be dry, but don't worry, we can figure it out. Much better. Okay. Let's try this again. We just need more ink. There's nothing in art that you can't fix. So let's see if we can line this up. Give it good pressure, and voila. So I'm going to do another one on the bottom. And you can use your block to press down. And ta-da! We are done. So, the next thing I thought would be kind of fun to do would be to add some paint to the flowers. So I'll take a little pink and just pop it into my tray. Grab a little brush. You'll have to excuse my art sweater because I never try to wear good clothes as I'm doing my art. So you just smush it around wherever you want it to go. Over the lines, not in the lines, kind of in the lines, whatever you want. If you want to take some off, just grab a paper towel and dab away. So these two flowers will do pink. And see where that takes us. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Lynn. I guess I should have said that before. And I live in Alberta, Canada. So right now here it's winter. Well, it's just getting to be spring, so the snow is melting. It's starting to look really lovely outside. And you'll also notice if you watch a lot of my videos, which I hope to do, you'll hear some dogs barking because I have 2 golden doodle puppies, and I often babysit my daughter's shepherd Rottweiler. So we have tons of fun at our house. Just gonna give this a quick dry so we can move on and do some other fun things. I love my little heat tool. As you can tell, it's had a lot of fun with jelly plating. So we'll just dry it up and move on to the next step. That seems pretty dry. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use is, this is my favorite white pen. It's a white Signo Uniball. This little pen, I tell you, writes over anything. It's a fantastic little pen. And I just bought them from Amazon. So what I like to do is just a couple squiggles maybe. Here, I'm going to try to zoom in. Right, as I was zooming in, my camera battery died. So here we go again. So what I do is I just make some little zigs and zags and nothing exciting, nothing, whatever you want to do. And we'll do some down here. Sometimes I like to do little squiggles on the sides, just for some added fun. There we go. Flowers are ready. Now, what I usually do, the next step is I cut up my journaling strips and paste them to the card. And what I do is I use Yes Paste. This is a fabulous glue. Let me tell you, it will adhere anything to a card. So I'm just going to grab some Yes Paste. I'll actually show you how to do it. We'll make this one a practice card. I have a couple little things on the side that I can use. I just get a little brush. I have some prayers over here. We can use this little strip. Don't think of the things you didn't get after praying. Think of the countless blessings God gave you without even asking. That's kind of neat. So what I do is I just take my little cutter, cut up the strips. As I said, not many days I can write with a steady hand, so I do most of my journaling on my computer. And when I do that, I have to think of very inventive ways to put them into books and cards, and that's how I came up with this, because I wanted to do a whole year tutorial. So I thought that would be, or a devotion, sorry, and I'm thinking tutorials in my head here. So I just cut them into strips, put them on the card. Any which way goes. Doesn't have to be straight. You could put them any way you want. More cutting. This looks pretty good. All right, move all that off to the side and grab our brush and our Yes Paste. And basically, just like you need to, take a little dab of the Yes Paste, just put it on your strips or whatever you wanted here, and it is an amazing glue. I can't say enough about it. I bought this big jar at the art store over a year ago and still have plenty of glue left. So let's just get these all on here, and I'll be right back. Well, as I say, this is my very first video, so I was talking away and stamping away, and yeah, wasn't recording anything. So what I did was, after I put the strips down, I used just a plain black pen from Walmart called Bic Velocity. This pen, I will tell you, draws over anything. Paint. It draws over gesso. It's just the most fabulous little pen. That and our white one, I tell you, are my saving grace. I use them every day. Then I was showing you, and we'll do it again, these stamps from Fiskars. They're like an office supply stamp. They're kind of cool. I like the little paper clips and the tacks, and I use them on every card. So I did that over here. A couple paper clips. I also use this set from American Crafts. It's days of the weeks, which I really like. So all my cards have which day of the week the devotion goes with. So for this one, I just stamped a Monday. I thought, oh, my card needs something else over here. And so I got out my Amen stamps from Bo Bunny. These are some of my absolute favorite stamps. They're getting pretty well used. So just some really fun words on here to help with your Bible journaling or your prayer cards, prayer journals, day timers, whatever you want to use. So I am going to just grab the word pray, put a little bit of ink on it, and stamp it right there. And there you have it. My card is done. So it's quick and it's simple, and it really helps me just keep track of my prayers and my devotions and answering the questions. And I want to keep them till next year to see how are we doing? What did I answer last year, and how far have I come, and how have I grown? It's part of my Bible journaling experience. So here's some of the other cards I'll just flip through and show you. Most of them have been on Instagram or on my blog, and I'll give you a link to that. So they're just some fun cards, and it really helps me focus on God and on His Word as I do these devotions. So just some different ways, and on these I had punched out some hearts and stamped them out of just a little 6x6 paper pad of the double dot from Bo Bunny. Punched out some little flowers and used those there. That's a punch as well. So yeah, these are just some fun ideas. And I'm going to keep them all in a box. Here's some circles and hearts. And it's just, I really love doing this. It gives me time in art, and it also gives me time in His Word. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Let me see how we do, and let me know what you think. If you have any tips or other things you want to see, just let me know. I do lots of art. I do mixed media. I do scrapbooking. I do documented faith. I do some Bible journaling. So I would love you all to come back and join me, and I hope you all have a fabulous day. Until next time.